Thank you guys for watching the Animal One Guy YouTube videos. If you like this video, please leave a like and even comment below. And if you like all my content, please hit the subscribe button. And why not click the bell icon for notifications too? That way you can see all my videos. Give me the ball. Hello everybody. So you guys know I take you on the journey of the rescues and all my reptiles, whether they're rescues or they're pets and feedings and updates and blah 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 blah. Thank you for everyone who's been liking my videos. Your extreme amount of likes, guys, and comments, those things help grow the channel like crazy because it just helps with the YouTube algorithm. So I know I say it in my little opening, but if you guys want to leave a comment of any kind, just even telling me hi, that's amazing. It helps. And leaving a like on the video helps it get spread and featured and helps the channel grow. And please, if you're not, subscribe. Also, if you want to help out, you can join my Patreon. You get to vote on names. Some names have been voted on. Thank you for everybody on Patreon. Let's get into today's video, and it is a doozy. So, warning, gross. You're about to see a amputated tail. Spoiler alert. So you guys all know my golden Colombian Tegu that I rescued at the same time. We're a couple days into that video now, you could say. And yeah, we had to have the tail removed, which sucks. Sucks. But he self-amputated it, so it's not a big deal. You know the story, and if you don't, I'm going to give it to you a little bit, but there are some videos in this playlist before I keep track. This Tegu, tons of stuck shed, has lost almost all of its fingers, is actually going through the process of losing another finger because of stuck shed. Otherwise, healthy. But the other problem is the tail. I've been soaking them once a day. But about halfway down the tail, you could see where the ring was, where there was stuck shed, and it was starting to kill the tail. Because, guys, if you don't know how it happens, stuck shed, it restricts the blood flow, and then the stuff just rots. Which is it sucks. It's unfortunate, but sucks. But at least, you know, we use this for education. So, the bottom of his tail was starting to die out, and brought him to the vet. We looked at it. There's nothing you could do other than soak and try to get the shed off. And then we looked at it after all of the layers of shed were off, and that area was already dead. It was necrotic. It was dead. So we had to make a choice here. Do we try to save the tail, or do we amputate the tail? In trying to save the tail entailed two options. Option one was do nothing and hope everything would be good, or option two would be to kind of debride the necrotic skin, see how bad it is, see if there's any tendons that have gone necrotic, and if need be, suture the skin and leave everything good. So I took option B, which was the correct option, guys. It really was. Hey. So the vet, who is a really good reptile vet, lots of experience with lizards and surgeries on lizards, cut into the tail, into the dead tissue, and there was a lot. Once we got inside, the bottom tendons were rotted. There was just a lot. So we did debride that area, but some of the tendons, like I said, were bad, and we then had to make the choice, do we just maybe shorten the tail and suture the tail, pull the tail just a little taut and suture it, and it'll be a little bit tight, and some tendons will be disconnected so it won't have full motion, or do we amputate the tail? So I said, let's go with option one. Let's just suture that area, and if we see that blood flow is restored to the rest of the tail, and is going good, great. If we see that the tail starts to become necrotic, then we'll amputate the tail at that point. But why not try everything we can? You know, thankfully with Patreon, guys, you allowed me to try these steps rather than just going straight to amputation. I want to give the reptile the best life it possibly can have. So we tried that. And just during the suturing process, the guy just didn't, our little Tegu here just didn't want to have anything to do with his tail anymore and decided to drop the rest of his tail. He was able to do that because, again, like I said, the bottom tendons were already rotted off. And I could see by the way he was moving his tail, it wasn't moving correctly past this point. So he's perfectly healthy. We've got him on some pain medication and some antibiotics to just make sure this doesn't get infected. We're going to leave this on for 24 hours. I've removed his water bowl. That'll go back in after about 48 hours just to get this granulated. Now, Tegus do not regrow their entire tail. They will regrow maybe an inch. It'll just granulate down. But he'll be able to live a fine life. He doesn't use his tail for stability or anything like that. But he's just going to be stumpy. Why do I get all these reptiles with short tails or missing feet? Oh, because they're rescues. Okay, so let's put him back in his little transport tub right here. But now this is what everyone might want to see. I was like, can I keep the tail for my YouTube video? And I was told yes. And I was like, yes. So, warning, but here we go. Here is the tail. Dun, dun, dun. The necrotic skin is actually not on here anymore. But let me break down what's going on. What's going on with the tail, how the Tegu tail works and everything. And you'll be able to see. So you can still see, there we go, a color difference from this point starting about here and going down. Again, it looks like, the plastic bag effect, I always call it, because there's a layer of stuck shed. But the bottom here is where so this is the bottom of the tail, right? The tail goes like this. Boop, boop, boop. This is where the necrosis was, and it was this type of skin, and it covered the tendons here. These are all tendons. Let's get you a good view. Come on, tell me you can focus on the tail. Yeah. So these octopus-like things are the tendons, and then going down through the middle right there, and it's small, is a very thin bone. Even with a big tail like this, there is just a very, very thin bone. You can just see it right there in the middle. That goes down all the way, and then it's got a thin coating of like muscle around that, and then there's just all tendons on the outside to give them the ability to move. And these are all actually individual tendons, although some are stuck to each other. These two at the bottom. So at the bottom, the very bottom one, it's all black. That's dead. There's a tendon that is right here. It's actually connected to this one. I don't know how well I can get it, but you'll see this that darker part right here. That's actually a tendon that's shriveled up, and it's just like getting stuck to another one. There it goes. But it is its own separate one. That was a dead tendon. And guys, there's very little blood in this whole process, so it's not that bad. But okay, come on, focus. Put my hand back there. The camera does not like this. There we go. There we go. But so you had all these tendons, right? They go all the way up, and that's how he's able to move his tail up, down, left, right, etc. So all these bottom ones were done. They were rotted. They were necrotic. And then you had these 4 top ones. So he would have had very little control of the tail. Still some, though. But as long as blood flow was there, the tail would have been fine. But we just couldn't save it. That's all. It happens, guys. I keep you here for the journey. So I thought this would be a nice look at what is inside of a lizard's tail. A lot of people don't get to see this, and it's quite fascinating. I don't know, maybe I'll dip this in some formaldehyde, like in a jar, so then I can just keep it for people. But yeah, this is the unfortunate event because, like I said, it was like right at the halfway point. Normally, stuck shed will happen like down at the tip here, and the tip of the tail falls off, and you get shorter tails. But this one was in the middle, and it's what happened. But it's not going to affect his quality of life. Oh, that's a sharp bone in there too. But we just have a tail. There it is. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you for liking. So much that helps. Commenting, subscribing. And I know I said this before, but thank you everyone on Patreon. You allow me to take reptiles to the vets. You allow me to get the best care, buy the food I need, everything like that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.